What is going on, everybody? Ranger Hawk here, bringing you guys a Destructions All-Star video, the game that just released in the month of February 2021. I believe it released February 2nd specifically. Free PlayStation Plus game. You can pick this up if you got PlayStation Plus. And in this video, we're going to be going over each character in this game, all of their skins, their description, and whatnot. So, let's get into it. Starting with Ultimo. Born and raised in San Diego, USA, Jose Mandragon is known around the world as Ultimo Barricado, or the Immovable Barricade. Jose's greatest challenge has been his inability to win Destruction All-Stars. While soft in nature, when the mask slips, Jose can be a cutthroat competitor. Alright, let's check out Jose's skin. So first up, this is his default. So we're going to do like a 360 on each skin, so that's the default. Up next we have the True V, Ripe Lemon, Emerald, Java, and lastly we have Stars and Stripes. And I think out of this selection, I think I probably like Stars and Stripes the most. Or maybe Java. Yeah, I like the color scheme for Java. Alright, moving on to emotes. We have the default emote. You just breaking it down. Alright, it's you. Lucha Love, Point and Flex, I Hear You, Show the Love, Muscle Man, and lastly we got the Ultimo Pump. So it seems here like we have two forms of currency. We have the yellow token that I believe has a AC on it, or AG. Nah, I believe that's AC. And then we have like a purple currency. So I imagine the yellow you can maybe get in game, and maybe the purple you have to spend IRL currency on. I'm not entirely sure. Moving on to vehicle emote. We have the default. And then we have the gun show. Moving on to shoutouts, we're going to go down to the selection list. So first we got Cooking Victory, Pure Muscle. So basically we have like a little card in the bottom right corner. That's what it's changing right now. So Pure Muscle, Pumped, Checklist, Unstoppable, You Kiddin', How It's Done, Making History, The Champ, Secured Win, and Don't Blink. Moving on to Victory Pose, we have the default. We have Haha. Again, it's changing just the text that's in that little card down there. I'm not sure if it changes anything more when you're actually in a match. Ultimo, the greatest, strong. What is that? Stronger. For a second I thought it said stranger. No limitations. We all win. Victory. One at a time, Fools, Crushing, and Ultimate Athlete, which is a pretty cool one, and that is why it looks like it's a legendary tier. Shout out. Moving on to Genesis. Reigning champion Genesis is an accomplished athlete and astrophysicist from Miami, Florida. A champion runner, she was raised to believe she can do anything she sets her mind to. Genesis has been competing in Destruction All-Stars for 5 years. Let's have a look at the skins. First up, we have her default look. Next, we got Lavender. I believe this is pronounced Chinin, or Chinin. Next up, another one, we have Malachite, or Chite. Could even be Kite. I don't know, I'm butchering it. Up next we have the Electric Violet. We have Solar. I like the color scheme for Solar, that's a pretty nice one. And lastly we have Equinox. Moving on emotes, we have the default. Do a subset of Flourish. Up next we have Challenge Me. We have Astro Step. Feeling good. Spinning. She got this. Scoot, scoot. Tip, tap, wiggle. And lastly, we have the 1-2 let go. Or let's go. Alright, moving on to the vehicle emote, we have the default. We have pirouette. Moving on to shoutouts, we have to the moon, ready to shine, new heights, launch, system check, no stopping, like the stars, choose stars, prepped, in the green, free, far, fast. Moving on to the victory pose, we have can't hold back, time to shine, small steps, never give in, sorry, what I'm saying, to the stars, glow bright, skylights, the heavens, and no limits. Very encouraging shout outs for Genesis. Unpredictable in all the best ways, Lupita is known for her dedication to her fans, who considers themselves her family pack. The Wolf of Rio, or Loba do Rio, is rapidly rising competitor. To do whatever she can to help those she loves is what drives her. It's her true calling. Moving on to her skins, we have the default look. A really cool look. I like the pelt. Up next, we have Red Violet, Golden Grass, Heliotrope, Lima or Lima, Blue Moon, really nice one. That one kind of reminds me of RC from Toy Story. Like if you look at her car, it just looks like a real life version of RC. I think his name's RC. I might be wrong. It's been a while. Moving on to our last skin, which is Electro. Alright, moving on to our emotes, we have the default. We have Scratch Tactics, Familiar Greet, Ramp, or Romp. Hey, that's a cool one. That's a nice one. I really like that one. We have the Running Lupita, Pause Attack, Lupita Danza, Bring It On, and lastly we have Minuscule Pause. That's a good one. I like that one too. Alright, moving on to the vehicle emotes for defaults. Oh, she's basically doing like that pause one, but in the car. That's cool. And next we have high fives. Moving on to shouts. In selection, we have the default. I'm right here. 600cc. Not nervous. Love this. Oh, my nerves. Can't handle it. Hope. We're talking. And lastly, you guys. Moving on to the victory pose. We have I won. Faceplant. I won. Like games. Keeping up. On fire. I made it. How cool. Incredible. And just like me. Moving on to the next character, we have really cool character, Shift. This is the character that you play when you do the tutorial training in this game. Shift is an American kid from New York City, a child prodigy. He joined Destruction All-Stars at the tender age of 16 and influenced the growth of the show by inventing most of the original vehicles and rules. Now a little older and a lot wiser, but still has something to prove. So this is the default skin. He has a really cool car. His car has a really unique sound effect, as you will see when you play the training tutorial. Up next we have Punch, Persian Blue, Neon, Scooter, and lastly, Tie Guy. Moving on to emotes, we have the default. We have Wave at You, Wind Up Pump, Booyah, Kickstart, I Challenge You, Robotic Shift. That's cool. And lastly, we have Breakin' Boy. I'd probably say my favorite one is going to be Robotic Shift. That was pretty cool. Moving on to the vehicle emote, we have the default. He's just raising his arms, looking at the crowd. We have the one. Moving to shout-out selection, we have 0-0. What happened? What's happening? Apparently he doesn't have any shouts, or he's maybe not loading. Let's back out. Click him again. Move to shouts. No, not seeing anything for him. And not seeing anything for his victory. Not sure if that is intended or not. But moving on. Let me just go back and see if she still has her shouts. Yeah, okay, so for whatever reason, I'm not seeing what Shift has. Odd. Alright, moving on. Next up, we have Blue Fang. Once the crown prince of Nigerian action movies, Blue Fang was a phenomenon throughout his 20s. His runway success came to a screeching halt after a dangerous stunt went awry. Salvation and a second chance arrived when Destruction All-Stars reached out and offered him a place in their roster. Whoa, that's a really crazy looking car. Vehicle that he drives. That's a cool. This is a cool character. He reminds me of I can't even remember the name of the game. It's one of those 2D fighter games. Dude with the tiger mask. Someone will say it in the comment section. Moving on, we have the Orchid. I really like the look of this vehicle. Up next, we have the Red Damask. We have Denim, Lime, and the Ultraviolet. Those saws at the front of his vehicles, it just really makes the color pop. I'm looking forward to playing as this character. Moving on to his emotes, we have the default. We have Blue Thrust. Scratch that. Roof is on fire. Party Salute. Roarin'. You're great. The Tiger. And lastly, we have Leg Solo. Nice. Moving on to vehicle emote, we have default. Bouncy. That kind of looks like number 1 for Shift. It looks almost like the same animation there. Alright, I'm going to let it play one more time. Okay, I just quickly... Well, let's finish this character first. Alright, finish off with the shouts, assuming his shout... Yep, look, so I guess Shift's the only character that his shouts aren't loading. Okay. So we have Claws, Revving Up, The Leading Man, Party Starter, Watch and Learn, All Improv, Mic Check 1 2, Journey Ready, I Got You, and You Ready? Moving on to the victory, we have Feelin' Blue, Livin' Legend, Teeth, Award Winner, Close Up, Perfect, Rap Party, For the Trailer, Engine Purr, and A-List. Alright, we covered Blue Fang. Let me just quickly go to shift right quick. Check that vehicle emote, the one. Yeah, it's very similar. Alright, moving on to the next character, which is Box Top. By day, Milfred Man is a postal service worker from a small town in England. But by night, he is a minimum wage warrior, Box Top. Box Top wants to inspire people who feel hopeless into finding hope. If that means he has to occasionally get the snot beaten out of him for entertainment, then so be it. Very funny character. Alright, so this is the default appearance. Next up we have Tumbleweed, Tree Poppy, Blue Ribbon, Torch Red, and finally we have the Martian Man. Moving on to emotes, we have the default, the box 1-2 thrust, or 12 thrust. Pretty sure it's 1-2 thrust. It looks like there's a space there. We have the wave at you. We have Haya, Box Stomp. We have Shake It, Wiggle Wiggle, So Excited, and Butter Churn. Moving on to vehicle emote, we have the default. We have Box Shuffle. And moving on to shouts selection, we have You Got This, The Underdog, I'll Try, Me, My One Shot, First Pick, Thanks, You Meant Me, Taken Seriously, and Show the World. Moving on to victory pose, we have Big Smile, The Box Strikes, Never Doubt, Thank You, Wait I Won, Triumph, Tiny Boxes, If I Can, Skill, and for all the MWWs. Moving on to Fuego. Really cool looking character. I like his car. This is his default appearance. We have the Pumpkin, Aqua, Pastel, Pizzazz, and lastly we have Radioactive. I gotta say, I like all of those skins. It's really cool. I like how the car looks with each one, and I like his attire, how it looks with each one. Moving on to emotes, we have the default. Wave at You, Get Wild, We Did It, I'm Here, Want Some, Flaming Fist, Fist Pump, and lastly, Let Loose. Moving on to the vehicle emotes, this is defaults. I guess because the car is short, like a lot of his character is like out of the car right now. And next up we have Mosh. Moving on to shouts. In selection we have Cannot Wait, Come On Already, To Shreds, What a Show, Time to Ignite, Unleash Hell, First We Wreck, Make Some Noise, Devil Dance, and what? Hey, aha, aha, aha. Or is that laughing? I don't know. I'm sorry. On to victory pose. We have victory, yes. Aha, aha, aha. Laughter. El Diablo, Do Not Mess, Explosive, To the All-Stars, Victory Dance, I Had No Doubts, Yes We Win, and Fuego Wins. Moving on from Fuego, we have Hana. Another of this season's new faces, Hana is a world-renowned motocross champion. Raised in New Zealand, Hana had been content with focusing on her motocross career. While keeping her feet firmly on the ground, Hana has always tried to stay out of the limelight, but nothing lasts forever. This is Hana's default appearance. I think her clothes look yeah, it has like a reactive glow that kind of goes up her thighs. That's pretty cool. Very futuristic feeling. I like her hair. That's great. I love the graphics of this game. The art style looks fantastic. So, default appearance. Oh, I didn't even realize looking at the vehicle. That's a really cool car. Alright, second skin we have Harley Quinn. Up next we have Golden Fizz. We have Dodger. Perfume. And lastly we have, oh, whoa. We have Aurus. Out of all of the skins that she has, this particular one caused the biggest change in her vehicle. And really on her character as well. All the other one, it just minor changes. That's pretty cool. Alright, moving on. Emotes, we have Default. Up next we have Trying My Best. Funky Chicken. I feel like this is similar to one of Lupita's emotes. Gohana Gohana. Hana Hop. I don't know. Unexpected Joy. And lastly, Shimmy Shake. Moving on to vehicle emotes. That is her default. Up next we have Whoop Whoops. Moving on to shoutouts selection, we have No Stopping Me, Let's Start, Let's Do This, Here, We Doing This, Here and Ready, Get Going, I'm Ready, and hey, oh sure. Moving on to Victory Pose, we have Choice Bro, We Won, Always a Prize, Not Their Day, Used to Winning, Challenge Smash, Nab the Win, Shield Solid Victory, just like I thought it said Shield Victory, More to Do, and ah yeah. Character we have Ratu. Ratu is an Indonesian martial artist who joined Destruction All-Star for the sheer adrenaline rush. Ratu developed her own fighting style through a blend of martial arts and dance, channeling rage into a more graceful, targeted anger reserved for the arena. This is her default appearance. Forest. Meteorite. Blue Mine. Really liking the big change in her skin and her vehicle. Claret. Pink Lemonade. And lastly, Gingham. Moving on to emote, we have the default. Spin Success. Rockabye. Crowd Pump. Double Spin Kick. Non-Stop Shake. Punch the Air. Backflip. To the Heavens. Floats like A. And lastly, Radu Jig. Moving on to the vehicle emotes. This is their default. Spin and Pounce. Onto the shoutouts selection. Come on girl, super swag, won't see me. Here I am y'all. Show them, smash something, unbeatable, the champion, you got this, hurry up, and world champion. Moving on to victory pose, we have, did you see? Am I the champ? Or I am the champ. Wreck machine, replay, eyes closed, party at mine, no sweat, yawn, too easy, the best, boring, and disappointment. Moving on to Angelo. Angelo Avello was such a photogenic baby, he scored a modeling contract before getting home from the hospital. Life as a child actor beckoned before his successful transformation into a teen pop idol. It wasn't long before Angelo was looking to reinvent himself again. Destruction All-Stars was perfect. Really cool looking character model. This is his default appearance and ride. Up next we have Hacienda, Vida Loca, Seance, Elm, I like Elm, Neon Punk, and lastly, the Glampire. Moving on to emotes, we have the default emote. Pointing out to the crowd. Moving on to the Angelo Chicken. Get pumped. Fist bump. A Velo Stomp. A little bit of this. Serenade. It's all me. And lastly, we have Pray Hands. Alright, moving on to the vehicle emote. This is their default appearance. Default emote. And next is number 1. So I think I'm starting to notice that some characters like share the emotes. On to the shout out selection. We have Your Hero, Eyes on Me, Good Taste, Hey, Whole Package, Every Fan, Are You Ready, and Honor, Vamos, Hot Stuff, and On Top. On the victory pose, we have the default. He's kind of got the pray hands going. Hottest All-Star, After Party, Right, For the Real, Yes, Sweet Victory, Yeah, No Question, Chart Topper, Yeah Who, and Top Performance. At note, we finished the first page of characters. Onto the next page. First one is Twinkle Riot. Twinkle Riot wanted to take her love of cosplay to the next level when Destruction All-Stars held open auditions a year ago. Twinkle Riot was one of the wildcard contestants personally chosen by the organizers. Twinkle Riot carries an inner fire that she enjoys unleashing in the arena. A very cute character. Alright, so this is her default appearance and her car. This is Screaming Green. Spray. Confetti. Portage. And lastly, Mermaid. Moving on to emotes, this is her default emote. Up next we have Sparkle Power. Yay. Excited for this. Stay cute. Rainbow Boogie. Happy Hop. Twinkle Twizzler. Angry Pup. I really like how her helmet has all these face expressions on it. I think that's a really cool character design for her. Glitter Disco. Love Pink. And lastly, Super Kawaii. Moving on to the vehicle emotes. This is her default. And the second one is Peace Out. Moving on to shout out selection. We have Best Life, So Excited, Hello, Twinkly, High Hopes, Smash, No Anger Here, Keep Up, Hey, Come On, and Go Twinkle Riot. On a victory pose, we have I win, I'm so happy, victory, right style, I did it, happy, live your dream, take notice, victory, see you later, and for the fans. Up next, we have Jian. Through their friendship with Shift, Jian became a Destruction All-Star competitor. Jian's parents own and operate the company that runs Destruction All-Stars, and from the offset, they have been very supportive of Jian's pursuits, perhaps hoping that Jian will someday return to the role of the dutiful heir. This is Jian's default appearance. Moving on to Roman Coffee. Pine Glade. Tulip Tree. And Karais. Final Ascension. Moving on to emotes. Default emote. Dirty Shoulder. Yeah, boy. Jian Stop. Enjoy the beat. Fire Thrust. The Shuffler. And lastly, the Double Dab. Moving on to Vehicle Emote. This is his default. And up next we have Front Crawl. On a shout out selection, we have Role Model, Not Sure Why, Wreck Roll, I Got This, I'm Honored, Let's Make Art, Let Loose, Win in Style, Just a Kid, High Gear, and We Belong. On a victory pose, we have Every Day, Next Game, I Was Better, Good Teammates, A Gift, Get Used to It, You Saw That, Celebrate Later, Learned So Much, Next, and Can't Rest. On to Harmony, a recent addition to the Destruction All-Stars roster. Accomplished cellist, Harmony grew up surrounded by music and attended prestigious music academy. She decided to sell out, as she always jokes, by chasing viral success. While Harmony likes to win matches, she likes to win hearts even more. This is Harmony's default appearance and vehicle. Her second is Zanserdangang. Zanserdangang. Moving on to Shamrock. Rose. Aquamarine. Jazz. And I believe that is pronounced Baroque. Moving on to her emotes, we have the default. Rhythmic Wave. Dance Off. That's My Jam. Beat Bop. Harmony here. Step to It. Spin. And lastly, Applause. On to the vehicle emote. This is her default. Just kind of doing that spin like her final emote. And the other is Hi There. Has a little subtle wave. On a shout out selection, we have My Angels, We Are Live, Just a Stage, We're in Tune, Eyes on Who, Cultured, Flattered, Sweet Music, For the Clicks, Alright I'm In. Moving on to Victory Pose, we have Got the Moves, Sweet Harmony, The Queen, Play Something, Ringing In, Like and Share, Grand Finale, Applause, Sweet Sound, My Best Side, and Got a Question. To Xander. Xander is an influencer. Russian-born, Xander lived with a relative after being orphaned at 13. He grew up rich, privileged, but always felt woefully ignored, living under the umbrella of his cousins. Between the chip on his shoulder and his need for adulation, he gets in his own way a lot. This is his default appearance along with his vehicle. Second, we have Wisteria. Up next, we have Mantis, Tradewin, Vivid, and lastly, Catacomb. On to emote. Here's the default. Need someone. Chicken wing. Get your fight. Hell yeah. Smack my ex up. And let's rock. Onto vehicle emotes. Default is the #1 jump. And next we have the Booyah. Onto selection shoutouts. We have Sit Back, Forget the Rest, My Turn, Smartest Guy, The Real Deal, MVP, Lights Out, Who's Mess, Good Job, Better Late, and Jump Just the Best. Moving on to Victory Pose, we have Don't Feel Bad, The Pros, No Doubts, Mine Alone, You Tried, I'm Too Good, Thought Wrong, Relax, Erase, The Best, Too Bad, and Never Lose. Next, we have Muna, a Somalian mechanic. Muna grew up at the feet of her father, one of the first of the original Destruction All-Stars. When her father was no longer in her life, the grief left her hurt and guarded. Muna eventually stepped up to take her father's place as an All-Star and competed in his honor. Default appearance, really unique looking vehicle. Shady Lady. Bermuda. You know, and for the Paragon fans out there, she kind of had some Morrigas vibes going on. Viking. Mint. Primeval. And lastly, Atlantis. You know, now that I think of it, in this Atlantis, she actually kind of reminds me of Yamoja from Smite. On emotes, this is their default emote. Next up, Can't Touch This. Hello Flow. Smooth Vogue. Punch the Air. Smooth Groove. And lastly, In Your Face. Onto the vehicle emote default. Boom. I think I kind of like the default more than boom. Onto shoutout selection, we have Overthinking, Test Time, Who's Cut Out, Fun, Grind Gears, Be Scared, Get Loud, No Match for Me, Less Talking, I Want the Best, In Game, or I'm Game, Greetings. Onto Victory Pose, we have One Day, Game Is Mine, For the Fun, Tough Luck, I Shut, Baba, My Song, Immortal, I Swear, Legend, Stop Me, and For My Father. And onto the last character, we have Sergeant Rescue. Sergeant Rescue is one thing above all else, a proud husband and even prouder father of 2. He may look and sound fearsome, but he's the nicest man you could ever meet. The only pain he likes to cause is with a particular bad pun. He has dad jokes for days. Nice character description there. This is his default appearance. Next, Key Lime. Purple Heart. Crimson. I had a Otree. UV Party. Like that. And Arctic. On emotes, we have the default. Beat That. Wave at You. Still got it. Hi There. One for Hopin'. Hoppin'. Sergeant Chicken. Take It Home. And Sergeant Potato. Onto the vehicle emote, we have the default. Crowd Pleaser. On a shout out selection, we have Conquer, For Honor, A-Class, The One, Wingman here, Old School, Set an Example, Victory Waffles, How Are You, Let's Go, and Proud Family. On to Victory Pose, we have Thrill, What Hit 'Em, Dream Team, Way to Go Us, Con of Pathan, We Like It, What I Live For, I Hope, Amazing, We Did It, and In My Blood. And that is going to wrap it up for all of the characters in Destruction All-Stars for the month of February 2021. I'm sure they're going to add new characters in the future, in which I will make future videos to cover all of the characters' descriptions, skins, emotes, etc. So if you guys do find yourselves, or did find yourselves to enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a like. Also, if you found it helpful, informative, whatever, drop a like, thumbs up, don't hurt, helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel now to stay up to date with future content just like this. My name is Ranger Hawk, everybody. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.